Okay, welcome to Creative Corners and Inspirations with Novy, Sunshine, and Magic, with our special Halloween edition. So for the second part, I had an idea to make a selfie stand. And I did some research because I don't really have room to actually create a stand. I saw these little frames that they do. And I said, oh, that is cool. I can do a special Halloween frame so that people can have a selfie with Fred, which is the most popular decoration at my parties. So a long time ago, I had gotten some furniture and had these little things, and I said, I want to keep these because I could probably use these. And I was right, because these are going to make a perfect frame. So basically, I'm going to use these to build a frame as soon as I can figure out how to put them together. As you noticed, they don't exactly go together to build a frame. So as soon as I can figure out how I'm going to do this so that we can have the frame here, maybe. But I have plenty of these, so I'm going to put these together to make a frame. And we're going to have two short sides, and then I'm going to put two of these together. And make a long side and do the same for the bottom. So I have some masking tape. I'm going to use some masking tape to put my frame together. Once my frame is together, then I will be doing some interesting things. So first, let's try to put this frame together. So we want two long pieces, so we know we have to put two of these pieces together. So we're going to get out the masking tape. Here we go. There we go. Cut it so that, there we go. Set this aside. Alright, so we're going to get out our masking tape here. And we're going to put it so that halfway onto the masking tape, the little corner here. Half and half. And then we're going to take the other corner. And you notice I haven't cut the tape because I'm going to wrap it around. So we're going to, oops, be careful not to do it too heavy-fisted. I have been accused of having a very heavy fist sometimes, or heavy hand. So half, line it up, fold tape, and we're basically going to tape this very strongly to the other one. Making sure you get down. Okay. Cut tape. Move it down. Make sure it's sturdy. And then we're going to take it this way, up inside, just as to make it even more sturdy. Once we have that, do the other side. kind of see how I did. The second one goes around the corner, and then the third one should go on the other edge just fine. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Okay, so now that that's all taped up, we're going to do the other one. First, we're going to test to make sure that it's long enough, because I'm going to be putting this on there. So that, and that, and it's long enough. So, do the other side. Yep, same size. And we're going to do exactly the same thing. I know I didn't cut it the last time, but it was a bit of a pain, so to start with, I'm going to cut it this time. Put it to the side. Take this one. Line it up perfectly. Fold. Fold. Okay, now once we have it, okay, and it's stable, and there's your frame. Okay, so now we're going to do our words. So it says our annual spectacular Halloween party. And I'm going to cut this out. Set this aside. If you don't want to just print this, you can use already cut out letters from scrapbooking, like I did for the book. So now I'm going to take these boxes, cut them open. Okay, I'm going to cut it in half. So, now that we've cut it in half, we're going to glue it. First, we want to fold it in half, like so. This side we're going to glue here, and we're going to glue it as so. And then once it's glued, then we're going to put our words, our annual, and then spectacular thing. So while we are gluing these on, I'm going to hand it to the girls to do the gluing, and we'll be back once we have that done.
Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat for Halloween.
Okay, so we've glued the lettering on. We've used clothespins to hold it in place. I'm heating up my glue gun here, which is not at all hot yet, but once it is, we're going to do something similar that we did to the books. We're going to trace the letters here very carefully, and then we're going to let it dry. So make sure that this is sticking down. Also here for the date, I'm going to put this in there, but the year is going to change, so it can't be something stationary. So I took some plastic and I made a plastic frame that it can slide into. So now we just wait until this heats up, and then we can start tracing the names. Okay, and while we're waiting for that, after that dries and everything, I have some tissue paper here, orange and black tissue paper, and I'm going to take some decoupage glue, like Mod Podge. I'm going to cover the outside and then put the paper on it and then let it dry. And then once it dries, I may go over the letters with some paint so that you can actually see the letters more clearly, or with glitter glue, but pretty much it'll be done. I did something similar last year when I did a Day of the Dead board. And so it looks like the glue is now hot, so we're going to trace the letters here very carefully. The letters are a lot larger than I did originally in the book, so I'm hoping that the glue doesn't run together. Okay. So far, it's looking pretty okay. It's not running into it. It's keeping its form, so okay. I have to move that up here. Okay, now I'm going to do the rest of the entire board, and once it's all dry, then I will be back.
Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat for Halloween. When the pumpkin shells cast evil spells.
Okay, so we have the name glued. Some of it's still dry, so some of it's still drying. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do some of the frame I'm going to take the decoupage glue, spread it onto the frame here. As such. Take some of the paper here. And take one strand of it. Move the decoupage over here. And cover. I'm going to do orange first. And it's basically similar to the book, except with the book we was using plain white paper napkins. This we're using tissue paper, like you can use for wrapping. It's very thin. And we're using colored because we're going to not paint afterwards, like we did with the books. So. But we will be covering this with spider webs. So we want to cover the whole frame here. And basically we're going to do a little, then we're going to take a break, let it dry. Do a little bit more. See, it tears, and occasionally it will tear. That's okay, because you'll go over it a couple of times with the tissue paper. Go ahead and tear this off. And then work it under. And basically we're going to let this piece dry, and then we might add a little bit more, like we turn it around like this here. Tuck it under, because we're going to go around the whole frame. Take it under here to here, and go over it again. Paper towels here, don't need them right now. This around here. since this other side down here is tuck this under. And basically we're going to let this dry here a little bit. And then we're going to do the side here. We're going to turn it and do this part that is exposed. But first I'd like to try to pull this under. So pull it under like so. Because this is the piece that we're going to actually wrap on the inside here. Sure we don't lose our frame shape. Just take your brush just underneath right here where keep your frame shape. So, and then we're going to try to do this piece here, same way. Using another piece, separate piece. And we're going to move these here off to the side. So they're out of the way. And we're going to do it longwise, like so. And once we get there, then hopefully this here will be dry or close to dry, and then we'll move the pin, safety pin, or the clothespins, and we'll start doing it. And we'll be back as soon as we get the frame covered.
Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat for Halloween.
So we've covered both sides, both the front and the back. We used some black glitter to outline the words so that they can pop. And we added a couple spiders here, a plastic bat there, and everything now just needs to dry. And once it's dry, I will cover it with some spider web, and then it'll be done. Next, we're going to take these bottles. We have several different kinds here. We have some that are plastic and some that are glass. And we're going to turn them into potion bottles. We got this idea. We got this idea from Instructables.com, witches potion bottles, but there are other sites that have similar maggiemay.blogspot.ch. There's a YouTube video, do-it-yourself poison bottles at 36thavenue.com. I'll put all the links around here somewhere. So the first thing you have to do before we do the bottles is, of course, clean them. And thanks to my friends, I have bottles of all shapes and sizes. Thanks, Eva and Daniel. I have this one, and I have a round one, and I have some that are plastic and some that are glass. And the first thing we need to do is to get the labels off, because like I have this one right here, which is a rum bottle, and it has labels on it, and we need to take the labels off, And the best way to do that, thanks to my friend Daniel, he says that use vinegar and baking soda and boil them in vinegar water and baking soda water, and that the label should come off right away. So I'm going to put the girls in task for that while we're waiting for this to dry, to prepare our bottles for tomorrow. And basically, I'm going to give a quick of what I'm going to do. Not all the bottles I'm going to do the same. Like, I got this really nice one from my husband, got this for me, and it's really nice, so I'm not going to be painting it. I will pull off the sticker, clean it up, and I have printed. You can find these, just do a Google search online, and you can find these, some printable Halloween bottle labels, and I'm going just to put them on here. I think this one here, I'm going to put, so which one will I use for that one? This one here that says Witch's Brew, I'm going to put on that. And then that'll be done. I'm not going to do any more for that. And then I really, really like the shape of this one that my friend gave me. And what I plan on doing is I printed up a couple of things here. I printed up some handprints of different sizes, and I'm going to cut them all, and I'm going to glue them on the bottle in different places. And then I cut this label, I printed this, made this label. It says Shrunken Hands of Naughty Children, highly potent, do not touch. And I learned before that when the print is this fine, it doesn't come out. So I will actually put this label on afterwards, but I'm going to glue the handprints on first, and then I'm going to paint the bottle after the handprints are on. I'm going to paint the bottle black and the lid black, and then I'm going to use, I have here some acrylic paint that is colored aluminum, and I will just go right where the handprints are with the aluminum, just like I did with the book. And then I will put my label on, and if it works, it'll look like hands pushing out of the bottle. And that's how I will do that one. This one, I have some teeth, and I'm going, and thanks to some family members, I have old corks, and I'm going to change the lid out for a cork. I'm going to put the teeth on the cork. I'm going to paint the entire bottle black. I'm going to put a bat on the front and glue it to the front. And then I'm going to use one of my labels here. Hold on. I have one here that says I have one here that says blood. I don't know where it is right now, but I do have one that says that it's blood. And I'm going to take the hot glue gun, and I'm going to leave drips down the top, and I'm going to paint those red. And then I'm going to take the same red acrylic and then go over the bat so it pops. And that's going to be my bottle of blood. And then we have this one here, which I also love the shape. It looks like something you would find in a lab. So with this one, I'm going to paint it. I'm going to put this label on it. Where is it? Okay, I have something here that says that it's actually the zombie virus. So I'm going to paint this bottle first black. First I'm going to take my glue gun and kind of do little drips down the sides of it. One long, short, paint it all black. And then I'm going to paint the drips kind of very green. Then put the label on it that it's the zombie poison. And like I said, the label letters are too small, so I'm just going to go over it with a little green and put it on here. And then I'm going to take green and cover the bottle with a little bit of splotchy green all over so that it has a kind of a greenish black look. And that's going to be that. And then I have these very nice little bottles. And I'm going to replace the lids with corks. And these are going to, and I'm going to paint them all black and bronze or gold or silver, just like I did the book. And then I'm going to put the labels on them. Like I said, I originally was going to do glue over the thing so that the labels were risen, but that's not working out too well. So because the glue, unless it's very big, the glue runs into each other. So I'm going to do different bottles, but first all these labels have got to come off. So let's get started on cleaning the labels.
Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat for Halloween. When the pumpkin shells cast evil spell, your little white house turns green. Your little white house turns green. Your little white house turns green. Every post is a ghost if you got a witch's brew. And if you want your gate to circulate, oh, we can do that too. Trick or treat.